Brawl Stars is a fast-paced 3v3 MOBA style game, consisting of multiple 2 to 4 minute game modes. The game has an up-and-coming competitive scene, but some players are just better than others. These are the professionals, and these are the players and teams that we'll be talking about today. Please do let me know if you like this style of video, and make sure to leave any feedback in the comments below. So without further ado, here's your rundown of competitive Brawl Stars as it stands right now. To do this, we'll have to go back in time a bit. Back to Pro Brawl League Season 2. Now, while there was a first season as well as some other smaller competitive events, PBL Season 2 was the point in which competitive Brawl Stars began to pick up traction. In this season, there were 10 teams. 5 Novus 1 Cup, Buff Spike, Cream eSports, Firing Range, Team Solid, Tribe Activium, Tribe Gaming, Tribe Jajaja, Tribe Sleepers, and Turtle Gang. As you may have noticed, 4 of those teams were sub-teams of the organization Tribe Gaming, one of the first to enter Brawl Stars, and their main team dominated. The roster consisting of Bobby, OG, Alec26 and Swad were unstoppable. They went 8-1 in the round robin, losing their only match to Cream eSports in their last match. Was this it? Did Tribe Gaming finally lose? Were they no longer the best? Both teams made it to playoffs. Both teams made it all the way to the grand final. But this time, Tribe Gaming won 2-0, securing their spot as the Pro Brawl League Season 2 champions, and for the time being, the best team in the world.
Tribe Gaming takes the lead, and Tribe Gaming is the champion of Season 2 of Pro Brawl League.
Now, due to some internal complications, Bobby left that unbeatable Tribe Gaming roster. He was swiftly picked up by a little org you may have heard of called Team Liquid. They just entered the Brawl Stars scene. Team Liquid's roster consisted of Bobby, Feli, Braden, and I'm Will. On paper, they looked like a team that could upset the top level of competitive Brawl Stars. Unfortunately, Brawl Stars is not played on paper. The first event this team participated in was the Brawl Premier League. They went 7-2 in the regular season, securing the number 1 seed. They swept their way through playoffs, and then they met Team Boreal in the finals. A team of underrated hopefuls, the team built for upsets. And upset they did, beating Team Liquid 2-0 in the finals. And then all of them left Team Liquid. And then Omen Elite signed them, but we'll talk about Omen Elite later. At this point in time, Team Queso, he'd been on the edge of entering Brawl Stars, made their move. They signed half of the Cream eSports players. At the same time, 2 French orgs entered Brawl Stars, and they signed all of the top French players, except these ones who decided to create their own mixed team. Novi eSports, who'd existed in the Brawl Stars scene for a while, but never signed an official roster, decided it was their turn. So they signed Corey, Mateus, Shadujutsu, and Portal. They qualified for the World eSports League, a live event in Italy. And so did their friends. Then they qualified for Dreamhack Dallas. Or they didn't. They had 2 teams make playoffs. They had 2 teams making the top 8. And then they both lost. One of those losses was to Tribe Gaming, remember them? And the other was to a mixed team of Keith, Bobby, and Ash. Remember Bobby, the guy who left Tribe Gaming? Well, now he's on Omen Elite. I mentioned them earlier. After the BPL finals, Omen Elite signed the players from Team Liquid after they lost the finals to Team Boreal. And then Omen Elite signed the players from Team Boreal as well, calling them Omen Jokers. So back to Dreamhack, right? There are 2 Dreamhack events planned in the first half of this year. Dreamhack Dallas and Dreamhack Summer. Dreamhack Dallas takes place in, you guessed it, Dallas. And Dreamhack Summer takes place in Sweden, because apparently summer doesn't exist outside of Sweden. These Dreamhack events have 4 teams attending each. Dallas open to only American teams, and Summer open to only European teams. Each event holds 2 open qualifiers, in which the top 16 advance to playoffs, and the top 2 at playoffs earn themselves a spot at the corresponding event. At the first Dreamhack Dallas qualifier, Tribe Gaming made it through. Yep, they're still winning everything. As well as Cream eSports, despite losing all their European players to Team Queso, their American team is still extremely good. Out of the second Dallas qualifier, we saw a Mexican team called Ace 1 qualify, as well as Omen Elite, formerly Team Liquid. They lost to Tribe Gaming in the first qualifier, but now Tribe Gaming wasn't in this qualifier. And now Omen have Ash, a professional player and popular content creator. Then came Dreamhack Summer. Now we haven't really talked about Europe much, but in Europe there are 7 teams you need to know. The mixed team of free agents, creatively called Team 1, PSG eSports and 3D Max, the 2 French teams that signed all of the best French players, but they missed a few, and then they lost to those few. But PSG eSports decided they didn't feel like participating in Dreamhack, or PBL, I don't know either. Then Team Queso, who signed the former Cream eSports players. Then Cream eSports, who got new players because Team Queso borrowed all of theirs for an extended period of time. Then Novi eSports, who thought the 2 American teams weren't enough, so they got European players as well. And lastly, Polar Race, consisting of 3 Norwegians and a toxic British kid. These teams make up most of the European seed, as well as about 10 Spanish teams that aren't Queso and Cream. Now, back to Dreamhack. In the first summer qualifier, Team 1 swept everyone in the Swiss bracket, and then swept everyone in the first round of playoffs and the second round of playoffs, and in fact they swept everyone in the playoffs, earning themselves a spot in Dreamhack Summer. The French team of 3D Max, now unrivaled by their French counterparts in PSG, and the mixed team of
Crazy Dead Boys
won the other side of the bracket. Amidst all this, Pro Brawl League Season 3 qualifiers took place. In the North America region, Omen Elite, formerly Team Liquid, won the entire first bracket. Wait, what? Tribe Gaming didn't win something? That's because they didn't play. Tribe Gaming were already qualified. Then heading over to the European side, oh look, the creatively named Team 1 won again. But this time a British boy named Spencer played with them because his team, Novi, decided not to play. And you know who else decided not to play? PSG eSports again, as they skip another event. Remember 3D Max? Who signed all of the best French players? Well, they lost to the mixed team of the French players they left out. And that's where our storyline meets the present day. One more qualifier for Dreamhack Summer, still to be played. Part 2 of the Pro Brawl League qualifiers on its way. So I guess the summary of competitive Brawl Stars right now is Omen Elite of the North American Challengers. Team 1 beats everyone in Europe. PSG eSports are skipping every event. And Tribe Gaming wins everything, ever.